tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Ready. We're waiting.
Like 5-4. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd and 9, Brees. And incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now Brees. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Fielded at the 43. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
What? 380.
47. Check, 47.
Well left. What?
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 38, Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get...
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. David Moore, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. Latavius Murray. He's at the 30. The 20.
Hey, y'all really let him through it.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A 93-yard kickoff return as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. We less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Fuck that shit.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
We got some hitters. We got some hitters in this league. Yeah, we have some hitters in this league. But I don't.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Brees now to throw. He's into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Penny, a first down carry. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, Things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Throwing on second down. Breeze. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
First down, Saints.
He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. I think you would agree. Just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. Breeze now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now, Breeze again. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And, it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a
Oh, and he did a backflip in the motherfucking end zone, baby.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Griffin.
He's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, first down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing is Wilson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 22 yards there, a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Lucky too.
Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Metcalf out for 5 weeks. Nah, they got that high-ass motherfucking injury shit on. But it's cool. It's cool.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Leaves it for Penny. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Let's go.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, nigga, that's because I was controlling it.
Here's
let's go. I know how to get around so there don't be no passing interference.
And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Got him in. It's Brown. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Well, I think everything was impressive about that one, except they didn't get a first down. But I like their field position now after that play.
Yeah, now you got a pretty makeable field goal opportunity.
It's 4th and 2. Bro, he said it says.
Now
Listen,
the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts.
Listen, you owe me a timeout. Watch this shit. You owe me a timeout, bro. He said under 4th and 3 and under, you could go for it. I'm past my 40. See. You talk about me, nigga. I'm going to him. I'm going to him right now, bro. I'm going to him right now. I'm going to the motherfucking rules, bro. I'm going to the rules, bro. Announcements. Alright. You cannot go for it on 4th down unless it is 4th and 3 or less. On 40. Under 2 minutes, second quarter, 4th quarter period. So meaning 4th. All right, but it's under 4th, but it's under 4th and 3. 4th and 3 and less. It's 4th and 2. And I'm past my 40. No, they're two separate things. One, you can go for it on 4th down when you're past your 40-yard line. Two, at any time during the game. As long as you're past your 40, you can go for it. 2, anytime it's 4th and 3, less than 4th and 3, so that means 4th and 3, 4th and 2, 4th and 1, 4th and inches, whatever. Under 3, you can go for it. But you gotta get past the 40. No, that's two separate things. They're two separate situations. Right. Let's go. You owe me a timeout.
Here in this second quarter.
Fuck you mean, nigga? You the one that ain't know the rules. I was good. Nah, nigga. You owe me a timeout. So when I need a timeout, you gotta hit that motherfucker. You cost me a timeout, bro. I was getting ready to get flagged.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Damn, I should have waited for
And they're not able to convert on 4th down. Well, I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it.
I make my own interception.
As he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
I make my own interception.
We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Demario Davis there on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Penny. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
One of the surprises of the first round, the Seattle Seahawks selecting running back Rashad Penny out of San Diego State. Highly regarded, but most people thought he would go in the second round.
But he did have an incredible senior year at San Diego State. Over 2,200 yards, 23 touchdowns.
He resembles Marshawn Lynch in build, but has the ability to take it the distance as well. Had 7 kick returns during his career at San Diego State for touchdowns.
The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Penny. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I'll go special. I'll go special.
Now Wilson on first down. Short throw to Disley. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson rolling to his right. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 18.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Friday.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
They set up the screen to Penny. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
Friday. 4 down.
56. Mike, 56. 56. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. 56 to Mike. 56 to Mike.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. On the draw, this is Penny. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a second and 13. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And Dixon has it. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
A gain of 13 brings up third and less than a yard.
On third down, Penny. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
4th and 1, nigga. But it's 4th and 1. Dog, I just say it's 2 different such situations,
gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. There's Wilson. And this is incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
Anywhere on the field, as long as it's 4th and 3 under, I
to be
go
more
for
aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now?
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Tight go, tight go, tight go.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He sets to fire deep. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Trey Hendrickson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Look for signal. 14.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Check back 47. Hey, I'm coming after you. Watch the edge. Check. Fresno.
They keep it with Penny on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action with Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Go get him. Both sevens are Mike.
They'll toss it to Penny.
He's not going to get me.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go, D. 2 times. Even. 4 down.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Again has it complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. To throw is Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Damn, dog, where was this at during the rest of the game?
Of 18 yards.
Listen, once I got the lead, I just started doing all bullshit, like, just to try to get my boys some motherfucking XP and shit.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
God.
The end zone on first down, but it lines up incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away.
We hit it and it bounced up.
Brandon,
that's how my boy Teddy Thompson got the interception. Look, on the ground and bounced it up.
You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
No.
This one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. Third and goal.
Let's go.
Wilson
He's
going to fake the give and keep it himself.
Waiting for it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. After the interception, here's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Oh!
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for, and it's second down.
Yeah, he was.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again for the 41. Now Wilson, throwing again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the feet. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans
fucking tight end, baby.
It's a big play there for Seattle.
That's
and
right.
Even 40 yards.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. That boy's 6 for 105. Got to get him in there early. Let his traits develop.
So the big play means just
hopefully
like
that nigga send me a message like, I feel like I can go higher. That'll make him a superstar.
Draw play. This is Carson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. From the 17, Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Damn, I should have tossed it a little higher.
A little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. He's going to go for a big play
Really?
downfield.
Really?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career.
That looked like an Xbox.
When you talk about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Now Rashad Penny. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football,
nigga, we wanted
taking
that
care of the
touchdown.
ball,
What they
all the
talking
ball
about?
security terms have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now a second
They
down
better
try
stop
for the
playing with
end
me,
zone,
dog.
but it's incomplete.
They better
Despite
stop
the lead
playing
here in
with
the
me,
fourth,
dog.
They're still taking shots.
Not content
Hell
to
yeah,
sit
we
on this
taking
lead at
shots,
all.
nigga.
And to me, it raises the question of
Clock ain't
what's
over.
right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a
Shit too
lead?
crazy
Or
over
do you
there.
try and extend it
Too much
because
shit
you
wide
always
open
feel
over
like the
there.
other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
Oh, come
Third
on.
down, knocked away and incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now it's Wilson, and they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I need his
11 yards there, a first down for Seattle.
His cuts need to be sharp.
Well, we looked at each other in surprise, going for it on 4th down in the 4th quarter.
Yeah,
with a
he ain't
lead,
got
but
the
hey,
rushing
you get it
yards
as a
in the
coach,
game,
you look
but-
like a genius.
So the next time we
Shit,
see
not
Coach,
like
he's
I
going to
want him
say,
to.
well, that's why I coach, and that's why you guys talk up there, right? He had the guts to go ahead and go for it, and it paid off.
On first down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Yeah, that should have been out of his hand. It's cool, though. Blitz again, blitz again.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Play action. Now Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline,
Why is you standing
coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe
Oh,
the
we outta
backup
here.
quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and
See?
get himself
See?
calm.
See?
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked Picked off by Brad McDougal. And the return will stop a
no fly zone, bro.
At the 15-yard line.
No fly zone, bro. No fly zone, bro. Baited the shit out of you. I dropped 10 men, let you think he was going to be able to get up top, and I went for it like, yeah,
you have
baby.
to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They begin with a run by Penny. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Penny.
Let's go.
He gets this one just shy of the 40, down
He's
at
gonna
the
get
39.
100 yards. I don't give a
11
fuck.
yards there and a first down for Seattle. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And finding the tight end, Wilson.
Woo!
8 more yards this time, coming off back-to-back first down pickups.
Ooh, what's your
Now the
diss? He ain't
Seahawks
coming
going to
back
use the
no time
first of their
soon.
timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Okay,
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
On the run, it's Penny. And taking it
like
across
that play.
midfield and just shy of the 40.
I like that play.
11 yards there, first down. Wilson wants to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better
I should
cover
do it
man
to
on
him
him now
early.
in space.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. This is Penny. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. And he's got Lockett. A very solid gain of 27.
Took right. Hey, check right, ball. Check right 47. You ain't going nowhere.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was
Why
draped all
gotta be
over.
thirsty? I'm trying to get my boy XP. Oh, bro. My bad. Yo, I'm trying to get my boy some XP
So now
and shit.
2nd
You
and
feel
10
me?
after the incompletion
That's
on
all.
1st down.
That's all, bro. That's all, bro. We ain't nothing to do, you know what I'm saying?
Wilson going to throw. And
Let's
this
go, boy.
Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw
Yeah, I'm
for a
trying to
late
get my boy some
touchdown.
sir. That's
Now
all.
it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Seahawks, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.